A narcissist's sense of humor and the way that a narcissist uses humor is heavily influenced by the narcissism itself. In this video, I'm going to go over the ways that narcissists use and express and feel humor differently than most of us do, and why it's important for us to understand a narcissist's sense of humor. Welcome to Looking Behind the Mirror, where we explore narcissism and take our lives back as we make sense out of nonsense. As a quick disclaimer, everything I say is based on my opinions and my personal experiences. I'm not a professional, and if you're really struggling, I encourage you to seek professional help. I am providing links below for you. The topic for this video branched off of a suggestion that I got from a viewer, and it turned out to be a really hard topic for me, and I ended up asking a few people for their input and their ideas. And it seems like the knee-jerk reaction to this topic is narcissists have no sense of humor. It's certainly a phrase that popped into my head, and I'm sure that many of you watching have probably thought that as well. While there are very valid reasons that many of us may think narcissists have no sense of humor, that really isn't quite true. The truth is much more complicated than that. Narcissists do have a sense of humor, but their pathological insecurities, the feeling that they're always on guard, they're always trying to prove something, and they're always looking out for imagined threats, can really influence the way that they process humor. It can really make them extra careful to interpret things in a way that isn't going to make them look a way that they don't want to look. And ironically, it can even hinder their judgment. They can even do and say things in the name of humor that actually make them look bad. So narcissists do have a sense of humor, but it is heavily influenced by their narcissism. One way that a narcissist will use humor is to create an image of themselves. So a narcissist that is really good at this or thinks they're really good at this might be somebody that can become the center of attention at a party or can become the class clown, can use humor to become the center of attention and to gain admiration, friends, to present an image that they feel is the ideal person. And of course, I'm not saying that everybody with a sense of humor and everybody that can become the center of attention or the class clown is a narcissist, but I'm sure that if there is a narcissist in the room with somebody who is the class clown or somebody who is getting all the laughs at a party, I'm sure that that narcissist is going to feel really jealous and is going to somehow try to steal the limelight from this person. And if they're good at using humor, then that might be the thing that they use. Narcissists are always in a constant competition with just about everybody, and so they are not going to like it if they have to share the room with somebody who's getting all the attention by being funnier than they are. They're either going to try to out-funny that person, or they're going to somehow divert attention back to themselves. They might even use humor or make snide comments to tear down the person that's getting all the laughs. But even if this isn't happening, some narcissists might go to humor all the time in order to keep themselves the center of attention. So nobody has a chance to out-funny them or to be the funny one in the room. Now, this definitely doesn't go for all narcissists. This would only go for a narcissist that values the image of a funny person and is good at getting everybody's attention and making them laugh. Some narcissists really do seem to have no sense of humor, or they're just not funny. Now, a narcissist that is good at using humor might also use humor to earn people's trust. When we are laughing with someone, when we're sharing a laugh, we create this bond with them. Think about the people that you're closest with. Those memories that you have of laughing with them over something, at least in my opinion, are some of the most treasured memories that you have with the people who are important to you. Those moments where we are sharing a laugh with someone really create a very special bond, special memories that can last for the rest of your life. I think that when we lose people, including the narcissist, if we've had to break off contact with a narcissist, those moments where we shared a laugh with them can be the most painful to recount because those are such joyful bonding moments. Now, narcissists don't bond with people. So if a narcissist is good at sharing a laugh with somebody, they are not experiencing the bond the same way that the other person is. And they may learn that laughter is a good way to earn someone's trust and to speed up the process of creating a bond with that person. So a narcissist may use humor in order to kind of trick somebody into bonding with them faster and trusting them sooner than they normally would. One thing that I realized as I was brainstorming for this video, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but I thought it was really interesting. And if you have any experiences or input on this, I would really appreciate any comments on this, because I thought it was really weird. I thought about all the people that I've known in my life that I consider to be very narcissistic. And one thing that they all have in common is they don't share funny things that they see that don't have anything to do with them. Some of them may laugh with you if you are, say, watching a funny movie with them, or they may tell you jokes. But let's say that they are just scrolling through social media and they see something really funny. For a lot of us, it is very normal to, when we see something really funny and we're alone, we try to find somebody to share it with, somebody close to us. Maybe we'll text it to someone, or we'll run into the next room and say, hey, you have to see what this cat is doing. It's so funny. I mean, that's usually what it is for me as a cat. But narcissists don't seem to do this. No narcissist that I've ever known sees something funny when they are alone and then goes and finds somebody to share it with. If you have an exception to this, I'd be interested to hear it, but I thought this was really interesting. And I wonder if it has something to do with the narcissist being alone when they're consuming whatever media they're looking at and not really being sure if this is something that most people would find funny. If maybe they don't have someone there to mirror, so they don't really know if it's something that's worthy of sharing. It's just a theory. I don't really know. I just think it's really interesting that narcissists don't seem to share things that are funny that they discover when they're alone, unless it's something that has something directly related to them, or unless it's actually a video of themselves. So far, I've gone over ways that narcissists use humor to gain attention, or to earn someone's trust, or to create a bond. And while these are manipulative and insincere, they're kind of more of a positive use of humor, because when it's happening, you don't really realize you're being manipulated, and it can feel good. It can feel like a positive experience when the narcissist is using humor in this way. But now I'm going to go over some ways that narcissists use humor to hurt people, to create confusion, and to minimize people, and to elevate themselves above others. And one way is to do just that. Narcissists use humor to belittle people and to elevate themselves above others. And this can be in really blatant ways. I mean, maybe just making fun of somebody for having a trait that they don't have, or making fun of somebody for being stupid while suggesting that they are so much smarter, or making fun of somebody for being ugly because they are so much better looking. I think that narcissists might accidentally slip into this while they are trying to impress people and be the center of attention, be the class clown, because narcissists don't have the empathy to really put the brakes on when funny becomes offensive and hurtful. So they may not even realize when they're crossing that line. I mean, sometimes it's hard enough for normal people to know when they've crossed that line. And I think it can be really difficult for narcissists, especially when they may feel very tempted to belittle other people with humor in order to make themselves feel better. And also, even when narcissists are using humor in a seemingly positive way, narcissists always have an agenda. They are always looking for supply, trying to make themselves look a certain way, trying to build up their ego. They are constantly obsessed with this mission. So when they are using humor, they really can't help but look for any opportunity they can to serve this agenda. So even when they have a moment of genuine humor, they're going to immediately try to look for a way to use that humor to make themselves look a certain way. Another way that a narcissist can use humor in a negative way is to minimize your experience. when you're trying to talk to them about maybe something that has hurt you, or even an experience that you've had that doesn't have anything to do with them. Narcissists get really jealous when anybody has something important to say, when anybody is trying to share something that's unique to them that doesn't have anything to do with the narcissist. And narcissists will distract from anybody else's limelight by making jokes. And if somebody is talking about something that's actually important, or they're trying to share an experience that's actually important, using humor is a great way to undercut that, to make a joke out of whatever this person's trying to say, and to bring the attention back onto themselves. And a narcissist, of course, is going to be even more likely to do this if the experience that somebody else is trying to share is about a way that the narcissist has hurt them. Not all narcissists will yell and scream and say blatant insults to people. Some narcissists will use humor to deflect and to minimize and to marginalize other people. So it seems like they're just being funny. They're just telling a joke. It makes them look like a more agreeable, funner type of person. But really, they're being just as hurtful, and they're actually making it more difficult to confront them with their dismissiveness because they're just being funny. You know, they're doing it with a laugh and a smile, and you're trying to be serious over there. So it makes you look and feel like the buzzkill. It makes you look and feel like the one that's taking everything way too seriously. It makes you look and feel like the one that has no sense of humor when you are trying to talk about something serious and the narcissist is making a joke out of it. This is a way that narcissists use to mask insults. If they insult you, but they do it with a joke, then they can just turn around and say that you have no sense of humor. If they're yelling and screaming an insult at you, they can't really back out and say, oh, I was just kidding, when they obviously weren't, when like veins were popping out of their neck and their face was turning red and they were screaming swear words at you, right? They were obviously really insulting you. But if they insult you with a laugh, then they can back out and say, oh, I was just kidding. It was just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. And when they do this, they have not only accomplished their goal of making you feel smaller than them, making you feel unimportant, and making you feel insulted in whatever way they wanted to insult you, but they've kept their hands clean. They've managed to keep themselves looking like they're just joking, that they would never actually say something like that for real, and you're the one that has a problem because you have no sense of humor. One thing that I think that's funny, not funny about this is how narcissists can dish this out, but they really can't take it. They can joke around with you all day long about you being stupid or uptight or forgetful or ugly or having no taste or not listening or whatever. But when you try to joke around with them, when you try to joke with them about anything about them, they suddenly have no sense of humor. Narcissists are the kings and queens of double standards. What is fine for them to do to you is not okay for you to do to them. They will normally be very offended by much less offensive things that you say about them, while they expect you to be totally fine with horribly offensive jokes that they say to you about you. Narcissists can also use humor in this way to create an us versus them. If they're telling jokes about you in front of other people, this can put the pressure on you. You know, if a whole room of people is laughing about something that the narcissist said about you, this can make it even harder to stand up for yourself and call the narcissist out, because you don't want to be the one with no sense of humor. You don't want to be the only one that's not laughing at this joke, right? So you might be manipulated into laughing at a joke that's actually really hurting your feelings if the narcissist is telling it in front of a bunch of people. And narcissists can create an us versus them when you're not around. Narcissists can tell jokes about somebody at somebody else's expense in front of other people and make those people feel like they're special. The narcissist isn't going to tell mean jokes about them because the narcissist is telling mean jokes to them about these other people. And this can be a way that narcissists can earn trust, build loyalty, and kind of build this cult-like following and this us versus them feeling and mentality that they do with people. One more thing I want to talk about a narcissist's sense of humor is, I think that narcissists do really have a sense of humor, or at least some of them do. And I think that they genuinely do think that some things are funny, but I do think that their narcissism really affects this. I think it really takes away almost all of their joy, all their happiness. You know, their laughter doesn't really reach their eyes. They don't really have belly laughs. You know, you very rarely will see a narcissist break down and just really laugh until they're crying, laugh like they've lost control, they think something's so funny. And I personally think that this is because they're just so genuinely miserable. If you're just a really miserable human being, it might be harder for you to find that much joy in something that is funny, to where you lose control, you're laughing so hard. But that's just my theory. I think narcissists experience more cynical, jaded, mean type of humor, more schadenfreude. I think that narcissists experience more of what I would call glee. You'll see narcissists really gleefully make fun of somebody, really find a lot of glee in talking about something terrible that happened to someone they don't like. And I think this is more typically what you'll see when narcissists are laughing or making jokes or talking about somebody or something that they think is funny, is they are actually they're not joyful. It's not a joyful kind of humor. It's a gleeful kind of humor. Like, ha ha, look what happened to this person. Now, I think we're all capable of glee. Like, maybe somebody tries to trip you, right? And circumstances switch around in a way that they end up falling down the stairs, or whatever it was they were trying to do to you ends up happening to them. A lot of us can laugh at that and find glee in this instant karma that somebody got what was coming to them. Well, narcissists really look at everybody as someone that's out to get them. Everybody is in competition with them, and everybody is just looking for an opportunity to trip them, right? So I think narcissists are much quicker to feel this glee because they really feel like everyone's a threat. So anyone that gets hurt, especially if they're the ones that hurt the person, probably deserved it somehow. And so I think a narcissist is going to be a lot quicker to laugh with glee at somebody else's misfortune. So next time you see a narcissist engaging in their sense of humor, ask yourself, are they trying to impress you somehow? Are they trying to earn your trust? Are they trying to convince you that they're a nice person? Are they trying to encourage a bond with them that maybe you're not ready to make? Or are they trying to belittle you? Are they trying to make you feel stupid for bringing something up that's important to you? Are they trying to marginalize you? Are they trying to make you feel like you're crazy or that you have no sense of humor? Are they trying to punish you for who knows what you've done to offend them? Narcissists laugh for themselves, just like everything they do. They do it for themselves. And they use humor to manipulate people and to get what they want out of people. Narcissists want to control everything about you, including your sense of humor. They want to control what you think is funny, what you allow them to make light of, and what you're okay with them laughing at and minimizing. And in my opinion, there's nothing funny about that at all. I hope this helps. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below any ideas you have for me for future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video and would like to see more like it in the future. Until next time, thanks. Bye. You haven't seen Marshall in a long time. He lost his collar somewhere. We don't know where it is, but he tried to sneak in the video earlier, so I thought I would let him in the video now since he wants to so bad, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Well, say goodbye. Bye.